Hey, this is John. Today I want to talk to you about connection. And in times like this, in these crazy news cycles, sometimes we can get really affected. And I want to share with you an exercise. And the first time I did this exercise, I had realized how I had allowed external things to disconnect me from myself, from others, and from my environment and from nature. And why this is important for us is when we get into this cycle, when we let other external influences control us, then we become very reactive, we become very scarcity mindset, and we're acting out of fear. We're allowing someone else to control how we approach situations. When we can connect, I'm just talking about the ability to come into the present and the ability to start feeling yourself. And I want to share with you an exercise, and I want you to try it, and I want you to let me know how you go with it, because the first time I did it, I just was blown away. What I want you to do, if you can get out in the garden or get into a nice special place that you love, it's more powerful. And what you want to try and do is isolate one of the five senses. So as an example, if I just isolate my sight, so what I want to do, and it's not a perfect process, but if I block my ears and hold my breath for a little bit and just observe what's going on. So if you do this, what happens is you're just using your sight. And what you notice is something fantastic. So if I give you an example, right now, I've just got my grapevines starting to grow. So if you have a look up here, they're just starting to grow. I do a bit of a scan now. I don't know what you're going to see there. Not great camera, but when I isolate my sight and I'm not listening to anything, I'm not smelling, I'm not feeling anything, touch, I get to see nature in its most beautiful. You see the little leaves, you notice the little bugs. When you don't have any other distractions, you see how the light bounces off the leaves. Just beautiful. But what I guarantee, what happens, if you can do that, you do that with your sight, then you try it with your smell, then you try it with your touch. When you can block your ears, hold your breath, close your eyes, and you just start to feel, you feel little things. You feel the wind coming on your skin, you feel the ray of sun come through the leaf, you can really feel it. But when you do this process, take half a minute, take a minute, you get a little addicted to the process, to tell you the truth. What happens is you come right into the present and you start to feel yourself. Your thoughts get quiet. You start to realize the immense universe we're living in. You start to see nature, how beautiful, how abundant the planet is that we live on. So what happens is when we're in fear, when we're in a high state of emotion, we get closed in. But when we come into the present, we open up. And what it does, it gives us a different, if we've got a particular problem, it gives us a different perspective on our problem. If we're just so tired of what's going on in the world, what it does, it gives us the ability to say, well, I can close off from it. But more importantly, it gives you the foundation of becoming present. And becoming present leads you to peace, leads you to empowerment, because it's in that state of abundance that you start realizing that you have power on how you feel, on how others can make you feel. And so I love doing this exercise, because this exercise to me represents a way that when things are too loud, when things are going too fast, it gives you a really easy way to grab control of it, compartmentalize, and start working your way through it. What I'd encourage you today to do is really give it a shot and tell me how you feel. Tell me what you got out of it. For me, since doing it, I get more and more connected to nature. I get to see that we are just an organism in a much bigger ecosystem, and that my problems aren't so big in the big scheme of things when I think of what other people are facing. That's some of the things I feel. But for you, I'd love to know how it affects you. I'd love to know what you got from it, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you.